You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is Breaking the Ice. Ladies and gentlemen, week 3 of the fall 2023 semester. It's already flying by. I've had a bunch of different guests on this show. I'm your host, Connor Cupen, and let's give it a little clap. So I got 3 guests in here, 2 ADJs, 1 old friend. On mic 1, introduce yourself.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Obviously, I'm under associate DJ. My name is Mike Fumarola.
Mike, what sports are your favorite sports?
My favorite sports. I'm a football guy. I used to wrestle in high school, so I'll follow collegiate wrestling. Big baseball fan, big Yankee guy, and I follow a little bit of the NBA.
Nice. So your hockey knowledge isn't really there. We'll get into that later. And on mic 2 here, we got Enrique. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
What are your favorite? What are your sports? Are you a sports guy or not really?
Oh, definitely.
Which ones?
Soccer. I'm a big soccer guy.
Dude, I'm an Inter Miami fan, so
Oh, that's nice.
we out here.
They're killing it at the moment. So.
Right now, they're killing it. I remember when they used to be so bad.
Haven't they only been around for like a year?
No,
They
they've been
were
around
the
for like
worst
4
team in
years.
MLS.
They've been
4
around for like
years?
4 years, yeah. They were really bad the first few years, and then
Last year they were the worst team.
even the
actually.
beginning of this season, they were the
Yeah,
worst
yeah.
team.
Are you a fan because of Messi?
No,
The-
I'm a
no,
Dolphins fan.
this
Heat
this
fan.
man is Miami sports.
So, yeah, it was just a blessing when they signed him. I'm like, that's sweet. And mic 3, we got Tanner Price, the man behind the blue shirt.
The blue shirts.
Dude, that thing, you should have seen the peak on that one.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. I don't care.
It is good to be back here.
It's good to be
It's
back.
good to be back here on Breaking the Ice.
Breaking the ice. So, Triple Play is gone. It's a sad day.
Yeah,
But he's got this midnight music show
we have Running on Fumes tonight at midnight.
running on
I still-
fumes.
I still talk about sports on it. Don't worry.
Don't
It's
worry.
a music show, but I also talk about sports as well. I do the immaculate grid on it.
Oh, no
I'm
way.
feeling it. I feel
Immaculate
I
Grid
feel
every
it a
day?
different grid every week.
So,
One day I did hockey. One day I did baseball.
the blue shirts are back.
Blue shirts.
We'll talk about them enough, but
Yeah.
for you two over here, how much do you know about hockey? Genuinely.
To put it blank, I don't know anything about hockey. I'm gonna be honest. I know. Got to put it in the back to score. Most points wins, but that's about it. Honestly, I don't know anything about hockey.
All right.
I mean, in a scale from 1 to 10, I would say -5.
-5.
I mean, I know the Rangers.
how
That's all
many?
you need
That's
to know.
all I know.
That's all you need to know. How many teams can you guys name?
Oh, let's do this. All right, Devils, Rangers, Islanders, Panthers, Coyotes, Stars, Kings. Is it Ducks? One of them?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 8.
Ducks. Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Let's try to think here. The Bruins.
That's a 10. That's a third of the league right there.
The Blackhawks.
Yes.
Let's try to think here. Oh my God, what was it? I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna have to pull up. Let me pull
Did I
up.
say the Wild yet?
No,
No.
you did not say
I
the
said
Wild.
the
yet.
Wild.
So that's 12, right? Yeah, we get 12.
I'm trying to think, man. Doesn't St. Louis have a team?
What
Yes.
they called though?
Oh my God, are they the Blues?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
the Blues,
St. Louis
the 2019
Blues.
Cup champs. 13.
How did
Oh
that
my
happen?
God. Oh, the Kraken.
Yeah, that's great. The Kraken. They're the Kraken, but yes,
the Kraken.
14.
Dude, there's a team in Vancouver, but I don't know.
Yes, they are.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
they
what are
are.
they called? The only reason why I know about that is because I saw like a documentary thing about like how long it takes like from that team from Vancouver to go play all the way down to Miami, and how that's like a drag.
Really
They
go play
try
the
to not
Panthers?
have
Yeah.
those two teams play together.
Yeah.
Just how long the plane ride
No,
is.
well, they have to play each other twice a season.
That's
so,
hard,
like,
bro. That's absolutely horrible.
It's always whenever there's like Edmonton and like Edmonton and Florida, when they were both in the playoffs, like I was like, they're gonna play each other and it's gonna be it's gonna be like okay, fly from the bottom of the U.S. to Vancouver or Edmonton.
Dude, that would have been like
Yeah.
they would have had games every 4 days.
Yeah.
But so the Vancouver team is honestly you got Vancouver, so that's the Canucks.
The Canucks. Yeah,
So that's 15. You got half the league.
that's not
that's not
bad.
bad.
That's really not that
Is that
bad.
it? Is that your cap out there?
Oh, the Buffalo Braves.
Not the
No.
Buffalo Braves.
Oh no, Buffalo
But
Sabres.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Sabres.
Sabres.
16.
That's
half the
No,
league.
that's
Good
half the
job,
league I
man.
like. There's 32 teams now. I forgot it's not 30 anymore.
He hasn't named the Cup champs.
He
though.
has not gotten the Stanley Cup
The
champions this
Stanley
past
Cup
season.
champs of this past season.
Of
I
this
feel
past
like I
year.
should know. That's horrible. I'm I mean, who did the Devils lose to? I'm trying to remember.
So, did he name them either? No.
They
Yeah, he
lost
did.
to a team. I think I
Yeah.
named them already. Did I not?
He got them?
Team from Miami, right?
No,
No.
they didn't lose. No,
They're a team from Florida. Are they called the Florida what?
no,
Hurricanes?
the Panthers didn't. The Panthers
There's the Hurricanes.
yeah,
Carolina
the
Hurricanes.
Carolina Hurricanes.
That's who the
baby.
Devils lost
There he
to.
is. That's who
17.
they lost to. 17.
But the cup you still do not
I'm
get the
trying-
cup
That's
champs.
true.
The
He got
Cup
the guys who lost in the Eastern Conference Finals and the guys who lost in the Stanley Cup Finals, but not the Stanley Cup champion.
This is killing me. I feel like I really.
Dude,
feel
we're gonna
like
get
I
into all
should-
32. We're
Oh,
gonna
the
do-
the Philadelphia Flyers.
That's
That's a
18.
team.
the Philadelphia Flyers. I got to start thinking. Does
Eight-
Yeah, they didn't.
Penguins,
They
the Pittsburgh
19.
Penguins.
Yes,
The
yes.
Pittsburgh. I got to start thinking like actual. Does Cleveland have a team at all?
No.
So Cleveland doesn't.
So there's 30 teams, not 32. Or
There's
30?
32, and you
Oh,
got
I didn't know.
19.
I thought they expanded.
He's named six of the Metro teams. There's 2 left.
You got
One-
19 teams, and there's 32 total. Yeah.
One with their coach making big headlines today. Mike Babcock, give me your phone.
Give me your phone, dude.
I'm trying to think. Did
You
I
got
name,
this, bro.
Did I name all the teams in Canada yet?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, I know there's another. I said the Maple. No, the.
I think you missed 2 Canada teams.
Yes, I
I
think they're
should
both.
know this.
So I think 3.
3?
3.
Oh my god.
3 of them. I'm
Oh, he
saying.
missed 3. Yeah.
I
So,
missed-
19.
Well,
though.
4 actually, but one I named one of them. So
But he didn't catch on though. He didn't catch that one.
That's true.
Does Tennessee have a team?
No. Wait, yes,
Yes,
they
yes,
do.
they
They
do,
do. My
they
mistake.
do.
They do.
See, like, I'm just
They're
naming
just
like,
not called
they
Tennessee,
do.
but
They're
there's a
not
team in
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
See, like my problem is I'm just naming like big town.
Yeah, big
towns, and
cities.
I'm just trying to think like if I could like any recollection. Oh my god! Did I say I said the Coyotes, right? I said
Yes,
the
that was one of
Yes,
the first
yes,
ones
the
actually you got,
Coyotes.
which was really impressive.
Um,
They play at ASU.
the Red Wings. The Red Wings.
Red Wings.
Red Wings.
20.
Red Wings.
Yes.
Oh my
20.
god.
That's 2/3. No, that's not even. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's around it.
Oh my god, it's close enough. I mean that I just thought of Detroit there, and I'm trying to think like there's San Francisco team. Are there?
There's
It's
not
not
a San Francisco
California
team,
team.
but there are
California.
California
They're
teams.
Did I say the Anaheim Ducks?
yes.
you did get the Ducks.
Dick. Oh,
There's a team that
dude.
plays around San Francisco. It's not in San Francisco, but it's right there.
Is it Sacramento?
No,
No,
I think it's the only professional sports team that plays
in this place,
in that area.
that's a major 4 sports team. Yeah,
Yeah.
They have an MLS team. If that
They do.
helps
They
at
do.
all.
They do. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I think I could have named all like the big ones around here, dude. That's it.
Is that the cap out?
That's a cap out, man. That's got to
So-
be
What that
That's still good.
does that count as one? Cap out?
So the teams you missed the Columbus Blue Jackets. So that's not Cleveland's team, but it's Columbus, which is smack dab in the middle of Ohio. It's where Johnny Gaudreau. And then let's see what else you missed. You missed the Montreal Canadiens, unless you got that.
Oh my god, dude! I don't know why I've heard of that so many times.
Yeah, they're one of the original 6 teams in the league.
Yeah.
They're like the oldest.
Most cups. In
Most
the league.
cups, because it's like
Most
the
cups
Yankees.
in the
It's
league
like the
and they-
Yankees. We're like,
Yankees
yeah,
are the
27
most
World
cups,
Series
yeah.
because they've been around since
Most-
1890. You know what I'm saying?
Most cups in the league and they haven't won one since '93.
Yeah.
They have 24 Stanley Cups and they haven't won one since '93.
And
So
the modern era, different type. You know what I'm saying? You missed the Ottawa Senators. That's one of the Canadian teams.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Lightning,
Oh, that's one.
who
I
won
really should've
2
gotten.
Stanley Cups in the past.
I really should.
4
I really
years,
should've got
2 of the
that
past
one,
4 years.
dude.
did
Yeah.
he say Washington?
No, not the Washington Capitals as well.
I should. Yeah.
The Great 8, Alexander
Great
Ovechkin, but they're still great. The Calgary Flames. That's one of the
Never
Canadian
would've-
teams.
Absolutely never would have
Got
got
it. The Colorado Avalanche. They won the Cup 2 years ago.
I feel like I. Damn.
The Edmonton Oilers. He gave you that one, but
Okay.
it's all good. The Dallas Stars.
I've heard of the Stars.
The
too,
Los
yeah.
Angeles Kings.
Los Angeles Kings. I feel like I said. Did I not say the?
I think you might have.
I think I said.
I think
the
you
Kings.
did.
Oh, we did.
I think so.
Yeah. No, I definitely said the Kings.
I think. You
Okay,
said the
okay,
Kings.
okay. Nashville Predators
Nashville. Yeah. Never would have got that. Yeah.
and the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights.
Vegas Golden. Yeah, that I was thinking of a team like I just didn't know what they're called. They're black and what, black, gold, and white or something.
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the color. Yeah.
And the last team, the Winnipeg Jets.
Never would have got that. That.
That's the 32 teams in the NHL.
All right, now name the top 10 in point now.
The top 10 players in points.
The top 10 penalty in
Top
penalty
10
minutes.
players in penalties in minutes. Let's
Let
see if
me
we can find that stat right now. Yeah, I
it
wanna
definitely exists.
See. All right. Top 10. Oh, wow, it's right here.
All
Top
right.
10 players.
All right,
penalty
Klim
minutes.
Kostin. Do you know? No,
Number 1, Pat Maroon.
Is Connor McDavid on that list?
Not a chance.
no, he won't be.
This is the top 10 guys who get the most penalties.
I'll get the most penalties. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Connor McDavid is the best player in the league, like offensively
he
for
is
sure.
the best player in.
top 10 players of penalties minutes from last season. Yeah, Pat Maroon, 150.
Ooh.
150 penalty minutes.
let
That
me
means
find-
he
let me find
averaged
this.
a penalty a game.
Oh yeah, wow,
Almost.
yeah. I wouldn't even have gotten this.
Number 2, who even is this year?
Nick
Nico
Nick Delorier, of course.
Nick Delorier, number 2. Number
Yeah.
3, Brady Kachuk, and number 4, Matthew Kachuk.
Oh, later on this list, I see a Breaking the Ice legend.
He's right there.
I
yep.
see the legend,
right there.
the greatest play, the goat,
The GOAT.
the goat himself.
Austin Watson, number 5. We got AJ Greer, number 6. I believe that is Liam O'Brien. And the GOAT, Tanner Jeannot.
Yeah.
And Brandon Montour is on this list with Michael Bunting also following him. So for those who don't know, Tanner Jeannot is an average NHL player, but he got traded for a first-round pick, second-round pick, third-round pick, fourth-round pick, and fifth-round pick.
He's not,
It wasn't even close to like the value. He should have been traded for like what, a fourth,
Yeah.
a third,
Yeah,
maybe
and
at
the Lightning,
best.
and the Lightning
He got
got
traded for a
eliminated.
first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
How many rounds are there in hockey in the draft?
Same seven.
Seven.
Yeah,
solid
7 rounds. It's the
So
the
it's
value
not-
is the exact same as the NFL. Think about the
Yeah.
drafts as the exact same, pretty much.
Yeah.
How you evaluate players. So that was a haul. Like that's like Tyreek Hill got traded for the same amount of picks.
Yeah.
And this dude is nothing.
he's a mid, like
Average.
middle six forward. Middle six forward that'll get you like 5 goals a season.
How to break down the middle 6? The offense is 12 players. There's lines of 3. So your starters are
Yeah,
3.
no, like I'm familiar a little bit with like the lines a little
Yeah.
bit.
So your starters are 3. Your second unit's 3. Third unit's another 3. And the
Here's-
fourth line is
here's-
your bottom 3. Those are like
So
the
here-
guys. Yeah.
Backups.
Here's how we're gonna do it. So Justin Brady,
Yeah, basically.
was on the middle sit now.
Dude, they were here last week. They had I want your opinion on this one. I just
Okay.
saw the Instagram clip. So we
Okay.
got into a talk. I'm like, since they're both New York fans, since they're both Devils fans, I'm assuming they hated the Rangers fans more than the Islanders fans. And they're like, so Justin's like, actually, I despise Islanders fans.
Really?
And Daniel's like, dude, I think they're a very classy fan base. And they had a whole debate about Justin says Islanders fans are copy and paste trash. And Daniel says Islanders fans are very classy dudes who are nice. So, who's correct, Tanner?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
This is
I'm
This is
trying to take out team bias. So I
No, yeah.
hate the Islanders.
of course, yeah.
Their fan base, I think I got to give this one to Justin Brady.
So the Islanders fans
Yeah,
are trash cans.
they're like yeah. Now that I think about it,
oh,
'cause
great. You got some
I'm in
stories.
I'm in a Mets chat,
Are they
and,
Islanders
and like
fans?
every it's like it'll be like haha the Devils beat the Rangers in the playoffs, and like the 2 Islander fans will be like, and the Islanders beat them in the regular season as well, and I'm like, okay, you have the oldest team in the league. You're gonna be you're gonna be irrelevant until my kids are a senior in college. So
Something like that, pretty much. So let's jump in. So we teased earlier that there was a certain head coach making some headlines, and Tanner,
Yes.
I want you to give the people a little piece here with the foghorn.
So on the Spittin' Chicklets podcast today, there was a story about the newest head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, Mike Babcock, who has been a coach for many, many years. And he's always had this kind of reputation around him that he's not very likable. He's
Yeah.
not very likable. I believe that Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews had to write a heart on their gloves to talk about, so they remembered that they love playing hockey.
Oh
I don't
my.
know if that was ever true, but I think they were interviewed about it. But he was on the Spittin' Chicklets podcast today. The 2 hosts, Paul Bissonnette and Ray Whitney. I always get, is it Ryan Whitney or Ray Whitney? I think it's Ray Whitney.
All right.
I don't know. There was like 2 players with that last name, but they said that the head coach
Ray Whitney. Yeah.
that the head coach Mike Babcock and the captain of the team Boone Jenner, that in basically their first meeting, is that Babcock asked Boone Jenner to like show him his phone and go through his photos so he could see the type of guy he is. The Blue Jackets did release a statement. They both released a statement, saying that it was basically that Babcock just wanted to see like what his like family is like. He just wanted to see like family photos to just like get to know him more. That's what they both said. So I'm not sure what it's going to be, but definitely an interesting story. And Mike Babcock, me personally, when I heard he was the coach of the Blue Jackets, I wouldn't have hired him. I remember there was talk about the Rangers getting him. I just remembered that.
And you were like, nah.
I was like, please don't. Please don't. I got Peter Laviolette, so I'm happy about that. But I remember that, and I was like, that's going to happen, and the Rangers are going to be in the tank for the next 5 years, and we're going to have to go through another rebuild again. And then Mika Zibanejad is going to get traded to the Golden Knights.
So, my 2 ADJs here. Thoughts on the coach looking through his player's phone and his photos?
I don't know, Luis. You can go first.
I mean, thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Let me find the statement.
What if a coach went through your guy's phone?
Honestly, dude, here's my thing. I would worry for two things. He's trying to get any type of bank information, or this dude is just trying to for him, dude, I'd be concerned. I would start thinking he's probably trying to look at pictures of his wife or something, something absolutely
He's
crazy.
looking. He's
dude.
searching around.
Searching probably for the wrong
yeah.
thing. I don't know, man. If I ever let somebody else I really didn't know. If casually it was up to me, it was yeah, let me see your phone. I'd be like, dude, what?
If you think about it, it's kind of creepy, right?
No, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like that was never ever be a way to try to
Hashtag Columbus Blue Jackets, guys. Go play.
This is what the Boone Jenner said.
Let me get a little.
He said
this one before you hit that.
Said to have it blown out of proportion, completely out of proportion. It's disappointing to me. This is our first meeting getting to know each other. It was a really good meeting, and all the talks we've had since have been really good. So we're excited to get going here. So it sounds
so Boone's backing up his coach.
So the
Now,
captain
is he backing up by force?
I don't know.
Or is this a genuine?
No, because he said they've really both released statements, and I'm sure if they didn't like Mike Babcock as the coach, that they would have, that the captain would have a say in hey, this guy is doing this, get him out of here, but yeah, so
guys, for some background, this is a team who signed a superstar.
Johnny, go.
Huh?
Go Johnny, go.
This is the team who signed a
Columbus.
superstar last year, and he said that he wanted to sign with a winning hockey team. He didn't sign with the Devils, so he ended up signing with Columbus because he wanted to win hockey games. They got last in the division of 8 teams. What did they win? 28 games.
Yeah, barely.
It was an 82-game season.
They were very close to being getting the first overall pick.
They ended up picking third or wait.
Is there a lottery in the NHL?
There is a lottery.
There's a lottery
NHL.
in the NHL, which is
why the Blackhawks got the first pick.
yeah.
Oh man. So that's the situation, pretty much.
They got. Let me find the.
Let us find the numbers.
They drafted. They took Adam Fantilli.
Yeah, that was
they
the
drafted
Ducks
third.
pick. The Ducks pick, right? Was it Adam Fantilli?
No.
Leo Carlson.
They took Leo Carlson. The Blue Jackets took Adam Fantilli, which I really liked as a pick. I was hoping that he wouldn't end up in the Rangers division. But I think that's good. He played college at Michigan, and he's going not that far to Columbus.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite, gets for a team, because I the Blue Jackets. They're not gonna be good this year, but not to say that I don't think they'll be good in a couple of years. So I think, that's probably been one of
So how do you sign a superstar and then just
Be trash.
yeah?
The division was loaded. I would
They
say
have a lot of injuries. I guess not really. They just thought they were going to be better than they actually were. That's what happens. I mean, we've seen a lot of teams, but going into it, everyone thought, hey, they're going to be good, and then they were not. But you've seen teams that sign guys like the Rangers signed Artemi Panarin when they weren't really, after probably one of the worst seasons they've had. They did that then. They started making all these moves. So it's interesting. It was an interesting signing then, and it's been very interesting since, especially because he was like, I want to play winning hockey. And then he could have gone to the Devils, who like almost everyone saw was going to be a good team in 1 to 2 years. No one really thought last year that they were going to make moves, and then they were one of the best teams in hockey. But that was I remember that. I was very happy because it was either he's going to New Jersey or he's going to Philadelphia. And basically that is worst case scenario. That is worst case scenario for me as a Rangers fan. No, he could have been, I'm going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're on the come up now. So imagine if they had him on top of that.
Yeah.
Be scary stuff.
Who, Pittsburgh, they're on the come up? They've always been.
No, well, on the bigger come up now. Now they're in like playoff spot.
Yeah, I guess.
Positioning.
Only for a couple. They're not going to be. They've had probably a 1 to 2 year window with Carlson, and then once Sid leaves and Malkin leaves, that is, we're gonna have to check on an AJ Chasen every day.
Oh no, AJ. So
still here, getting kicked out of intramural floor hockey games.
Legendary moment. So guys, that's the story I got to tell right now.
We need
story time.
We
have my show has an intramural street hockey team.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
And we're in the championship last year. We're getting beat by Pike, and AJ starts chirping at the ref, and he got kicked out. He got ejected. Intramural ejection, number 1 of his career. He will finish with like 3.
Yeah, he got ejected multiple times.
So, Mike told me he had a story about hockey he was going to tell us.
All right, well.
Keep in mind, he was also at Game 7 Devils Rangers last year.
I was, and let me tell you something.
Really?
There's a big difference between Ranger fans at MSG and then Ranger fans at the Prudential Center. A lot more hostile at the Prudential Center, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones at MSG are not even real fans. It's just so expensive. Like you get like these fake Ranger fans with these.
You think they're just like people looking
I'm
for
not
something
saying.
to do?
I'm just saying they're not as passionate as the ones that could probably afford to go to Prudential.
Yeah.
So the ones at Prudential, I mean, I was up at like at the very top, like literally you can't get it. And that was, dude. Let me tell you, by the time we left, there was a complete fight broken out between like these guys. But I mean, one thing I can say about hockey is they are the most hostile fans.
Oh yeah.
Of any.
No.
And I don't even think there's a close second.
I know you talked about Ranger fans at the Garden. I have been at some ugly, because the thing I think that you don't see is when it's a Rangers game, there's not really much away fans there. Because usually, if it's like a team like Edmonton or Minnesota, those fans are waiting so they could go see them play the Devils, because the Devils tickets are just going to be cheaper. So that's just how it is, and that's why, Ranger fans might be more hostile there. But like I've been at some Ranger games where it has got. I was at the game 1 2 years ago against Pittsburgh that went 3 overtimes.
Hey.
And there was Ranger fans yelling at Ranger fans. There was some lady.
Dude, I've never understood that. Why fans fight their own.
No, there was some lady. And she was just chanting. She was like, "Let's go Rangers," for like the entire second overtime period, and everyone was just like, "Please stop talking. We're all trying." And everyone sitting around the entire building is just like, hands to their face, like heavy breathing, because it was the first Ranger playoff game in like 5 years.
Oh.
And you want to win. And
this is against Pittsburgh.
This is against Pittsburgh.
This is that series. It's a
3-3 game. That I should have known that series was going to be crazy after that. Which that's probably one of the, because I was at game 1 of that series and at game 7.
Oh no!
So I saw the beginning where it was like, oh man, this is it, and then I watched game 2. They won. Game 3 and game 4. I don't think I was so depressed after that, and then we all know what happened.
Yes, sir.
And then game 7.
Well, these two actually don't. So
okay.
maybe they don't. You gotta walk them through it.
So game 1, Rangers lost to the Penguins in triple overtime. Basically, that's an extra game.
Yeah, they played fully 2 games.
They basically played 2 full games in one night. I got a 4:00 train from Montclair to Penn Station. There was no trains to Montclair when I left that game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I had to go. I had to go home, and like my parents drove me up the next day.
Crazy.
So that was crazy for game 1. The Penguins won that one. And then the Rangers won game 2, so it was tied 1-1 heading to Pittsburgh. And keep in mind the way the NHL playoffs goes. It's two home. It's the higher seed. It goes 2-2, 1-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Rangers got smacked in both games in Pittsburgh, and it was so embarrassing. Yeah, you couldn't. You didn't even want to wear Ranger gear. And in Game 5, they were down 2-0. And the Rangers came back and won that game. Philip Hedl with the big goal early in the third period, and the Rangers held on. Game 6 was also close. Rangers scored on. There was a shot. It was a shot. It hit off of the goalie's pads and basically went like over him. Like it hit off of him and then just like went in the air like a pop fly over him and then went into the back, and the Rangers won that game. And then Game 7. Game 7. It's the greatest. Well, it's the 2 greatest words together in hockey is Game 7.
Sports.
In sports.
Unless you're talking about the NFL.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The Rangers scored early in that game. Scored like 10 minutes in, so it's 1-0. The Penguins scored twice. I forget. I forget that they scored twice. There was some controversy on the one goal. They thought it was a high stick, but and then the Rangers tied it, and then late in the second period, the Penguins took the lead. It was 3-2, and 3-1 leads in the NHL. It's hard to come back. It's hard to come back in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a team, a Game 7 of a game that was 3-1. Rangers score with about 5 minutes left. 5 or 7 minutes left. I forget like the details. 5-7 minutes left in the third period.
That crowd probably went.
Oh,
so.
it was insane. And I was sitting like on the other side. I saw it go in, but like my sister who was there with me, she did not see it go in. So everyone just gets up and she's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "The Rangers scored." So there was that, and then the overtime of Game 7. Rangers on a power play, and Artemi Panarin snipes one into the back of the net. And the Rangers win the series, and Madison Square Garden fully erupts.
Yeah! That's crazy.
And then the Rangers went on to win the Stanley Cup, and that's all that happened.
See, this is the part that's not true of the story.
I remember they got close and they lost. Right?
Yeah, they sweat. They won They won that close Game 7 series versus Carolina, and then they swept the Lightning and they swept the Avalanche, and that's what happened. And we're still celebrating to this day. That's definitely what happened. They definitely didn't blow a 2-0 series lead. In 4 games that they easily could have won.
I get the sense that still, that wound is still pretty raw.
They would have lost to Colorado in the Cup final, but still, that makes me so angry.
Listen, they were up 2-0 and then lost the next 4.
They were up 2-0. They were up 2-0 and they lost it.
And this past season, they were also up 2-0.
Wait till you guys hear my first game story. Dude.
All right. Yeah, we didn't even get to that yet. So, Mike, what is the hockey story that you have to bless WMSC's airways with?
So, maybe off air I could get into a little more detail of what was actually going on.
Yeah, give us the FCC
edit.
The
FCC
FCC
edit. I watched that video last time. I'm going to give you the appropriate on
the
air
FCC
version.
appropriate version.
So, it's my first ever hockey game ever. I got a friend named Anthony, and
Shout out Anthony
Gartz, and he's a big Rangers fan. His dad is a big Ranger fan. He's got like this 10-game package suite his dad has where you can go up not into the suite, but you get like these second deck like seats or whatever. So it just so happened to be one of those games, and he had 2 extra tickets. So he brought me, and he brought my other friend. His name is Billy. So we get on the train, we get on the subway. We're having a good time, and
NJ Transit.
absolutely the best
We love
transportation
NJ
in all of the
Transit.
world, NJ Transit. And we get to the game, and first 5 minutes we sit down. The seats are great. From up there, it looks like they're moving really slow, but my friend was like, "No, dude, they're moving really, really fast. All good, whatever." So about 2 minutes into the game, I gotta go up. I gotta use the bathroom. So I walk by, and it's a Ranger Devil game, mind you. My first ever game. It's a Ranger Devil game. We're in MSG, and I just I'm not really thinking much. I don't know what these hockey fans are like. So I just scream over the edge, and I go I use the profanity, and I go blank the Devils, and there was a guy. 2 guys, Ranger fan, Devil fan, 2 friends sitting next to each other, and the Devil fan goes up to me and he goes, I will
Blank.
blank you if you ever say something that stupid again. Don't you ever say that." And of course me, and
How old are you in this story?
I'm 16 years old.
Dude, that's wild.
this
That's the wildest
this guy
part right
this
there.
guy's got to be like 28, 30.
Hold on, let me just.
Stop it. Get some help.
So of course me in my state of mind at the time, I turn around and go without hesitation, I go, "You won't do any of that. I would love to see you try." Like I was like, "I would love to see you try. Don't say that to me again." So I'll go up, I'll come to the bathroom, do my business, I come back, and I'm up at the top of the steps, and I'm saying to myself, well, I have 2 options here. I could go back around the other section and avoid him, or I could not be a wuss. And in that mind, and in that split decision, I go, I'm not gonna be a wuss. I'm gonna go back the way that I came from. So I go back and I go, "Excuse me," so I can get up, and the Ranger fan stands up. He's like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like he's not thinking anything of it. Like, come on through. The Devil fan stays down, looks up at me, and goes, "No, you're good, dude. You're good." So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I gotta, push my way through. He's gonna make it hard, whatever. It's not probably good. It probably was gonna end there, but intrusive thoughts at the very last second, as I'm, squeezing through this guy. I take the palm of my hand and I place it on his head, and I shove his head into the seat. And I shove his hand into the seat.
His hand or his head into the seat?
I shoved his hand. Shoved his head into the seat. Take
Oh,
my hand,
man.
shove it into the head of his seat, and then I just continue walking. And next thing I know, I get a Miller Lite cup thrown over my shoulder, turn around, and here's this guy's charging at me. So I go, all right, I'm taking the leap of faith. Here goes nothing. I take my 6-12 haymaker and completely miss. I completely miss. I think he clips the side of my head. Mind you, this guy is 30. I'm like 16. This guy had to be like 220 something pounds, and I absolutely.
He is larger.
Just a larger dude, man. Next thing I know, he's got me in the standing headlock position, and I'm grabbing him around, and we're tussling there, we're stalemate, nobody going nothing. And next thing I know, we get broken up by security, and it hasn't even been 5 minutes into the first period. And not even 5 minutes into the first. This is my first game, mind you. My friends were like, Mike, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I go, hey, man, he threw a beer at me, man. What did you want me to do? And here comes security. We got to go. It's a whole bad process. Everyone's looking at me like I'm some kind of idiot. I come to realize later that's a really common thing, at hockey events. So, we're sitting down at the bottom of MSG, and this they have this little jail area you have.
There's no way. There's no way.
And honestly, we were gonna get into a lot of trouble, like parents contacting. But my great friend Billy has the greatest idea in the world and goes, hey, we're not looking to get back in this game. Can we just leave? And let's be honest, they didn't really want to deal with us. I see those guys leave before us, and they're like, yeah, just get out. So we get out, and of course, I'm so
you
bad.
lasted 5 minutes.
I lasted 5, and that was
That's
it.
great.
And that was it. And that was the first ever hockey game I ever attended. Yeah, so I didn't even make it 5 minutes without getting kicked out.
That's way better than anything I
Yeah.
could have told, man. I'm gonna give you a clap for that one.
Ranger Devils. And then I went back. I went to Game 7 of this previous year's series. And my dad's not a big hockey guy, but if he's going to root for anyone, it's going to be the Rangers. And we were sitting up in the nosebleeds, and there was like these group of maybe fresh out of college Ranger guys, really obnoxious. And by the time we left, there was a full-blown brawl with some Devil fans a few rows down. So, both times I've been there, I've seen some altercations, which I think is really entertaining.
Are
So
those the only 2 times?
those are the only 2
That's
times I've ever
phenomenal.
been to
I have a
hockey,
question.
and they're
When-
both in Ranger Devil. Yeah,
When was this first game?
I was a junior in high school. I'm a freshman in college now, so this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know, because there was like a time where I went to like 5 Ranger Devil games in a row, and I was like, was I at that game? No. Probably not.
Was I at this one?
yeah, so that was my first experience, but it was a great one. I told my dad, because my dad he lives in Mattawan, so you get off the train station in Mattawan. I come home and I tell him, and he's like, "Dude, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "Are you good though?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, then I don't care." Actually, my dad thought it was hilarious. My dad thought it was hilarious. So, that's that.
I think I've been to 3. I've been to 4 games at the Prudential Center. No, 5, because that one for class also. The best story, I don't have any great story. I've been to one great comeback where it was 2-6 and then it was 7-6. But my favorite one was, I don't know if it was that same game. I think it was. Yeah, it was the same game. There was a ref section. There was a ref section, meaning one entire section of the crowd was a bunch of people dressed as refs. Like, it had to be 50 people, or like, it was massive, and they're all chanting "Let's go refs." Whenever there's a whistle blown, they all get so loud, and they're just at the top in the nosebleeds screaming for every whistle, every call, and they're all dressed in ref gear.
That's so funny.
That was the most that was a
Yeah.
very beautiful thing.
I'm trying to think of, I haven't really had like big like fan interactions with people. Probably that one I said earlier, because by the end of it, everyone started yelling at this lady. Everyone,
right,
everyone,
right.
everyone was. There was actually people sitting next to her that I had an open. I had 2 open. There was two people sitting like right next to her, and I had 2 open seats next to me, and I was like, "Hey, do you want?" There was like 2 Penguins fans. I was like, "Hey, do you want to like sit next to me? Like, I don't like. Do you want to get away from her? Like, do you want to sit next to me?" And they were like, "Please, thank you." So,
Hashtag he repaired the bonds there that day.
yeah, I think they actually said that they went with her too.
Oh.
She got them tickets.
Oh
She-
no. Okay.
But she
so-
was, but I remembered a part of it that she was like, if you're not rooting for the Rangers, Zalen, let's go Rangers. You're not a real New Yorker. And like people were like, you're from, people were like, you're from, like
You know.
you're fr- I forget.
There was someplace in Jersey.
It was like, yeah, it was someplace in. It was like you're from
You're
from
not
there.
from here anyway.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
But that's the gist of the situation.
yeah.
But I have great sport. I don't have great hockey stories.
I have
but
great.
I have great
Oh.
baseball game stories,
too.
bro. Oh my.
I have.
I could tell you
I
some
could tell.
good
I could
baseball
tell.
game stories.
We could probably start a whole show of just baseball
Dude,
stories.
I don't even care if this is a hockey show. I'm telling an NJ
Okay.
Transit baseball story
Okay.
right now.
Frank Fleming.
No Frank
Oh,
involved. I
Montclair-
met Frank
Mon-
once
Me too.
at Calabria's Pizza. He
Oh,
sat
you
right
met you met Frank the Tank?
He
Yeah.
did an
He's a
event with
Montclair
Bar-
State alumni.
Is he actually?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
He did an event at Calabria's Pizza in Livingston
Huh.
for Barstool. And
Really?
So he was there with another dude from Barstool and Stu Feiner. They were there making pizza and like doing stuff, right? So anyway, Frank comes out. He sits right behind me. Like I'm back to back with Frank,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I could touch this man if I wanted to. If I really felt like it, just turn around and slap his head.
Hey.
But I didn't. But I asked him if he liked the Marlins. He said they were an annoying team. And he does all the stuff in his videos in real life too.
Oh, he does.
Some dude
He
started
does.
asking him about the Mets. He started biting his shirt and biting his glasses.
I have seen him at. City
I
Field.
haven't seen him at Devils games, but Daniel has seen him at Devils games.
I've seen him at City Field so many times. I've seen him so many times, and this was right after. Was it right after? or it was right after Hurricanes Devils, like game 1. It was after a game.
This past year?
Yes.
It was right after a Canes Devils game where they probably got destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
got it.
And I was there, and like me and my dad was like, he was so close to being like, how are the Devils doing? Like,
Oh,
right
nah.
now? But I remember that happened. But yeah, I've seen him so many times. There was, I forget. I think I said like I'm a huge Darren Ruff fan.
Dude.
That was But I've seen him multiple times. I'm trying to find it. I got a picture with him once.
That's good.
Because
I got a video of him.
Yeah.
I got a video of him singing from one of his YouTube videos. The YouTube video where he made the was it chicken tenders and fries? And he sang the fries song when they were in the air fryer. I got a video of him. We made him. My friends and I. We went and we asked if he could sing this song for us, and he did sing it. He really sang the song.
It was I remember I was at a Met game when we showed up, and we were walking towards the stadium, and it was a giveaway day. It was like David Wright. It was David Wright Funko Pop Captain America giveaway. It was last year, and we're just walking towards the stadium, and you could just see him
From that far?
You could just see him that far away. I was like, you see, guy in a,
He is the real Mets mascot.
You see the jorts. You see everything.
He's the Mets mascot.
And I got a picture, and
not
he's
Mr.
like,
Met.
and he's just like, okay, I'm taking a picture, and like the whole like Barstool like family was like around him.
Oh no!
Like not like anyone like big from there, but all the people that just go with Frank Fleming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my NJ Transit story, because you said we said the best transportation in the world, right?
The absolute all-star, world-class transportation.
Well, let me be honest. So here's a great story. Mets Marlins, June 27th or 28th,
Oh, that's my mom's
2022. It can't be that day. It has to be like June 17th. June 17th, 2022. I'm at the diner before the game with 2 of my friends, and I'm meeting 3 more of them there. Daniel Amoya, John Giftopoulos involved. So.
John Giftopoulos, what happened?
Happened?
How'd you lose to me in week 1 of fantasy football?
John better run up here during class, I swear.
No, you know what he said today? He was like, "You're the one person I don't want to see today."
Nah.
Right after that, I was getting out of class. He was going to class, and I was like, "Well, here we are."
All right, so hold on. I'm texting John right now.
Cowboys defense got me. 35 points.
So, NJ Transit. I'm at the diner before the game. All right, and there are legitimately. I'm meeting Daniel. I think, meeting Daniel, and I'm meeting. I have 2 great baseball stories. Meeting Daniel and John at the game. Right, Tanner? Meeting Daniel and John at the game. And I'm with 2 of my friends. 3 of my friends from home. 2 of them at the diner, and we look at the TV. It says NJ Transit workers going on strike.
No way.
The trains are canceled, right? So we're like, that's weird. But we already bought the tickets for today, for today's game at the NJ Transit, and let us buy them. So we're like, I guess we're good to go. So we buy the tickets, and I'm dumb, and I activate it instantly, not realizing you gotta wait to do that.
Yeah.
So I just wasted $15 right there. So I gotta buy a second one, right? And then we get to the Dover train station, pay for parking in the wrong parking spot. So then we got to pay for our spot again. So we wasted about a certain amount of money at this point. Then after that, get to the game, everything's good. Mets blow out the Marlins 10-4, whatever. During the 7th inning or something, right? So we got to the transit to the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back.
Oh.
We're realizing, we're seeing news reports of NJ Transit, all trains canceled. All the workers are on strike. They left. So we're at this point, we're like, how are we going to get home? I live in Mount Olive, New Jersey, which is, let's put it this way. It's 30 minutes west of here.
Yeah, it's out there, yeah.
Yeah. And now Tanner's showing us the picture of him and Frank with their thumbs up. That's absolute gang picture.
Man,
right there.
how tall is he, dude?
Frank,
5'9",
something.
8, something like that. Anyway, so we're like, how are we going to get home? So everyone's texting moms, aunts, girlfriends. Everyone's texting everything. You know what I'm saying? We're like, we got to find a way home somehow. We're getting no help. Game ends. New York subways and stuff is not NJ Transit, so we can take the 7 train back to Penn Station. But that's as far west as we got. Because as soon as we get to Penn Station, we're just walking with no thoughts going on. We're like, what do we do now? It's so hot in there. Everyone's like, okay. There's literally no trains to get back home. We're thinking, are we waiting till the morning? Are we getting a place to stay the night? Like, what are we going to do? And it's during the summer, so thankfully there's no school or anything like that. And we end up just looking at a transit map, and it's the LIRR, which goes east.
Yeah.
Right? My friend Kyle, he's a 22-year-old guy at a baseball game. He's had a few drinks. And we live, so there's also a town called Rockaway, which is like probably 10 exits down the highway from us. Probably like 20 minutes west of here. So there's also a place in Long Island called Far Rockaway. So my boy Kyle's like, look, that'll take us right to Rockaway. And
Oh, no.
we didn't get on it.
no.
We didn't get on it. Because the
Okay.
rest of us are like, Kyle, that is the LIRR, meaning east. Long Island Railroad.
That's how you get to City
That's
Field.
how we get back the way we came
Yeah.
from. So now we're like, I guess we're Ubering to Jersey. So here's the plan. We are going to Uber to my friend Max's house. His mom's lives in Summit. Still far from where we live.
That's a
but it's
hike.
close to Jersey. It's Jersey.
Yeah.
That's step one, get to Jersey. So we're like, let's Uber to Summit, I guess. 2022, we get outside to the Uber. In New York State, you still need to wear masks in Ubers. We don't have masks. So now we're like, well, great. We have... Now I literally think I ran into the road to find a taxi. And that's how we found a dude. We found a cab. He says he's going to charge us Uber price. Right? So we're like, sick. We get into this guy who's like a cab. He's going to charge us Uber price. And this dude drove some of the most New York driving I've seen in my life. You know how there's those dividers on the side of the road people walk?
Yeah.
Or like, I think he's on the wrong side of that at one point. And like, he cuts across all the traffic. Everyone's waiting here at the red light. He's on the left. He drives in front of everybody to go right. I knew that happened at one point in the drive. He's making cuts that he deserved the money. He deserved the money. Finally get to Jersey. We get to Summit. I don't know what he did. Total price goes up to like $210 or something, right?
$210 for that ride.
I think it was 200. It was 200, yeah. And we're not even. Yeah, it was 210. But we've been going all day. We're not even fighting with the dude right now. I think I put down a 140. My boy Anthony whipped out $70, and we just gave him. We just left. We just gone. Whatever. I think it was 210 with the tip. He was like 193, maybe whatever. We're like, all right, whatever. We get to my friend's mom's house. Everyone's tired. It's like 1 a.m. at this point. The game ended at like 10 or 11. We're just trying to get home. And we ate eggs with whole wheat wraps and chips. It was phenomenal 1 a.m. food when we were so hungry. Now the plan is take Max's mom's Prius to the Dover train station, then get the cars we parked there to finally go home. My phone's been dead for hours at this point also. At that train station, it was 2 a.m. You can park until. It's probably like 1:30 now.
Oh my god.
So now we get my Max is like, yo, Mom, we got gas in the Prius, right? She's like, yeah, we got gas in the Prius. Turn the car on, it's like a bar. And driving Prius is wild. My boy Max has no clue what's going on. He's like, it's like operating a spaceship in here. He's like, why is it vertical? Like the gear? And like, they're trying to figure out how to put this thing in reverse and drive and stuff. And also the steering wheel has like a bear cover on it also. So like, he's just staring at this bear while also operating the steering wheel. We figure out how to put the car in reverse, and then we're on the highway, Route 24, and then it starts blinking. So we're like, great, guys. I guess we're going to have to get off and get gas. Now we're by Fairleigh Dickinson, literally passing the campus, looking for a 24-hour gas station. We look up one on Google Maps, and it's closed. Right? So now the plan is we have to get gas. It's definitely 2 a.m. And now we're like, my friend Kyle works for a place. He's like, all right, we're going to go siphon some gas. Did not have to happen, but it would have happened if we didn't happen to pass a 24-hour Shell gas station. So clutch. So clutch. That Prius mileage, $40 filled half the tank. I could never imagine. Like, that would be... No, $20 filled half the tank.
Wow.
Like, dude, I can't even... I don't know what I can get for $20. Maybe a quarter of my tank.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the cheapest gas station I could find. I've paid some crazy prices. So, we finally fill the car up. We get to the train station. It's 2:30. We're like, please don't have a ticket or have the car towed. Thankfully, all the car... Because they don't care. Like...
Yeah, dude.
Like, sorry, all the workers went on strike. You still didn't got to move your car by 2 a.m. No ticket. Finally could charge my phone. Got everybody home. And that was one baseball game. That was one of many more to come for the summer. That was getting home. It wasn't even the baseball game that was the good part. The good part was just finding a way home.
Yeah.
All the stops
That's
to make along the way. That's my best NJ Transit story. And I have another good one. This one not as good. It was just, we're going to another game with John, Alex, Daniel, and the same two friends from home. And dude, let me tell you, we're meeting at the train station on campus to go to the game. This is literally almost a year ago today. It's like September last year. We're meeting at the train station. John's running late. Daniel's running late. So Alex gets on the train. It literally pulls up. John is sprinting to get onto the train. So John gets on. Daniel gets there late. He gets there, parks, and he's watching the train leave. Daniel is watching the train leave. So we're telling him, yo, hop on the next one. We'll wait for you at Penn Station. Daniel hops on the next one, right? Now at Penn Station, he shared his location with me on the Apple location.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching this train just not move. Daniel's like, I don't know what is going on, guys. But we're like, stopped. So now we're in Penn Station waiting. Our train's about to leave for Mets Willets Point. And that's when he arrives. We hop on the 7 train, and now Daniel's in Penn Station by himself. So Daniel ends up getting to the stadium solo. Accomplishment. He gets to the stadium solo. And we watch the game. I think this is the Eduardo Escobar 5 RBI game.
Against the Marlins?
This is the 4-0, and then they win 5-4 off the walk-off and extra innings game. The Eduardo Escobar game, as we like to call it.
That was the good times.
That was the good old days.
Nothing happened that next series. Nothing
Nothing
happened.
Was that when they played Atlanta?
Nothing
totally
happened
it
when the
wasn't.
Braves and
Totally-
Mets series.
totally
Really
it
didn't
wasn't.
happen next.
Jacob, that was when Carlos Carrasco pitched that great game against the Phillies, and then they won the division. And
something like that. So
it was something like that. Totally, they didn't get swept by Atlanta.
It totally. Anyways. Now going home from the game, right? I think we missed the first train. Not gonna lie. So we get on the second train. We have so many great NJ Transit stories, bro. Even earlier this summer, all of us go to a game again, and we get off 8 stops early from Penn Station because Alex thinks you can get a transfer at Grand Central, which would be faster. He realizes that that's just dead wrong, so we walk the extra 8 blocks to get to Penn State. We sprint, get on that train. We ran the fastest 40 time ever to get on that train. We can't go to a baseball game and have a normal day. It's like impossible. It's literally, if you guys can prove you can do it,
Just drive next time.
At what point, when you were that first story, did you just contemplate calling 911?
no,
at
that was never happening. Nah.
At that point, it would have been like, dude, I think 911 may have been the only logical thing I would have been able to think
It
of
made
at
me
that point.
appreciate the Prudential Center so much, man, because that's so easy. You just drive to Newark, you park in any of the good lots.
Yeah.
And it's you drive, you control your own destiny with your car.
That's what, if I'm going to a Met game, I'm driving.
You drove to City. That's another one.
No,
Gift
I haven't. Usually, if my family goes, we always drive.
Giftopolis drives to City Field. One time we're coming back from City Field driving, and we drove on the most insane part of the Bronx. It's under a bridge through a construction site. I cannot believe where we were driving. It seemed like this was not a place to drive, but apparently it was. Apparently it was.
That happened one time. It gave us like a bad stop. We were trying to go over the George Washington Bridge, and it just like took us to like this. It was like where the road divides like one. You go like one street, and we were just in like the middle of the Bronx, just like driving around like, you know.
I remember also passing Madison Square Garden. Alex is like, Igor, I'm coming, and this is like during all this is going on. Dude, it's just baseball. I don't know what's with baseball games.
Yeah.
Went to a Yankees game summer 2022. 9 or 10 of my friends, right? We all get there. It took 2 cars to get there, and going there, my boy Jomez takes the wrong exit. We're in the lower Bronx now, and we got to drive all the way back up, park. We get in there. It's raining a little bit. We buy chicken tenders. Everyone buys food, pays for parking, and then they call the game. Game with like 10 of us there. So we almost made the greatest decision. We're about to leave because we think it's not happening. And then the Yankees throw out Nestor Cortez to like warm up a little bit, and he keeps us in our seats, and then it downpours, and everyone runs to their cars, and we go home soaking wet. We just had an expensive dinner, TBH. We just had a really expensive chicken tenders dinner. We had to pay for Judge's contract somehow.
Yeah.
Everyone was doing their part, even though I'm not even a Yankees fan. I got the chicken tender bucket. You know what I'm saying?
That happened. I went this past summer to the Mets Yankees game, at Yankee Stadium. Me, my dad, my sister, my mom, my cousin, and we went. And like there's one train at like 11:15 left.
Dude.
It's like 11. It's like we're like taking the subway. It's like 11:10, and it's like, oh yeah, our train is gonna get there at like 11:16. So we're gonna miss it by like a minute, and the next train wasn't for like another like 2 hours. And my cousin is just like, if we get off of here, we could transfer to another one that's an express right to Penn Station. And we got this like random subway, this random subway stop. It's like 2 stops away from like Penn Station. It's a direct way there. You know, it'll pull into Penn Station. And we like got that. We ran to that one, got on that, and got to Penn Station, and we just full on sprinted to like the NJ Transit stop. As you're listening to Breaking the Ice here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, hit it.
We did that, and it was like we're just like catching like the whole subway.
We did the same thing. Yeah, last year when we speed walked those 2 blocks, 2 miles.
Yeah,
20 minutes. We all catching our breath in that subway.
We just like sprinted, like absolute full on sprint through Penn Station, like running past people because we want to get home.
Yeah.
And my cousin who lives in California, he was there for like a week. He was going home on a flight the next day.
Okay,
so he wanted to get home so he could get a good amount of sleep because he had a flight at 3 p.m. But he was like, let's just get, I want to get so I can sleep. So that was that. We're just running through Penn Station.
He was running.
There is I have so many good. Yeah, that's my only really good, like, Penn Station story.
Well, guys,
I gotta say Penn Station after a big Rangers win.
Yeah,
it's insane.
So, guys, that was the first hour of Breaking the Ice, which we talked about 0 hockey. Yeah, I think maybe 2%. We talked a little bit. We had some great storytelling, and we broke the Mike Babcock story. So, we're going to take a quick little break here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. But when we come back, we'll actually talk about what the show is about.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned. We are back here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is Breaking the Ice. I am your host, Connor Cupen. I got Mike, Enrique, and Tanner in the building yet again. Gang, you're back for hour 2. We're going to talk about hockey this time. Isn't that great?
Oh my God.
Now, Tanner, how thoughts on the Rangers offseason? I feel like,
okay.
Now you get your chance to just you haven't been here since season.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thoughts on how the Rangers did this offseason and the upcoming season, everything.
I really enjoyed what they did with the cap space that they had.
First off, that Blake Wheeler contract is.
They got him for $800,000. Like, they got a lot of guys. They signed. They didn't make a big splash in free agency. As I didn't think they were going to do that, because I think this is kind of their year of they're gonna let the younger players step up and play bigger roles, because they have to. They have to. Because last year, you created later in the season, you created the basically the super top six that did nothing in the playoffs, but I really like some of the signs that they made, because they got a lot of just depth players for cheap, because a lot of times in the last couple of years, the depth players that they get are just guys that are not good at hockey. Like
just guys that are
Jack Johnson, Patrick Nemeth, like all these guys that are just abysmal to watch, and by December the entire fan base wants them kicked off the team. But they signed a lot of good guys. I mean, they got Blake Wheeler, who could still be a 60, 50-point player.
Miller extension.
Yeah, they got Blake Wheeler, probably 50, 60-point season, which he's not expected to be the superstar that he was, a couple of years ago in Winnipeg, which I think that's good. And they got Eric Gustafson, who's 40-point defenseman for $800K. That's a bargain for any team. I'm not saying these guys are going to make or break the season. It's still on the backs of Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, all the big-name players. But I really like how they were able to manage the cap space, and hopefully by next year the cap space does go up, and maybe they can make a huge, big signing that could, if they maybe like get a couple contracts off the books or whatever, they might have room to make a big signing, because I think this is the year where we really see what this team is and what they will be in the future, because I think this is basically the do or die year for Alexis Lafreniere and Capo Caco. If they don't get it done, I'm sorry, you have to
goodbye.
You have to leave this team. For those two guys, back-to-back years, the number 2 overall pick and the number 1 overall pick, supposed to anchor this organization to be the future, because the guys, the top players are getting older.
Yeah.
Zibanejad's getting older. Everyone's getting older.
Panarin's getting older and worse.
and has no hair now.
Yeah.
That's
Shaved
crazy.
off all the badness.
All the bad mojo.
All the bad mojo's gone.
But only the Adam Fox is like Adam Fox and Igor are the only guys that are going to be on this team in 10 years. That I could say right now.
Not even Keandre.
I mean, maybe, but that's the only two guys where I'm like, yes, they are franchise cornerstones.
And they will be there.
They will be there, but anyone else is going to be either retired or
on
another team. And I think it's a really this is probably one of the biggest seasons that they've had, because you had 2021 where you made the deep run. Good for you.
2022 or wait, 2021.
22.
What happened in 21?
They lost to the Lightning. 21. I'm talking 21-22.
Yeah. I know they lost to the Lightning that year. What happened in 2021 though? That was the year.
That was the year where
the Hurricanes?
No, that was the set. That was like when each team, they didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, they made playoffs.
That's when they had the divisions.
Those divisions.
All the divisions just play themselves. As Alex is outside crying about Aaron Rodgers.
You got the Aaron Rodgers shirt on.
The Aaron Rodgers t-shirt on.
That's
sad. He's got the Jets out. Big win though. Big win. And
they still won. Are the Bills trash or are the Jets good?
Josh Allen is nothing without Brian Daboll. I'm not going to say nothing, but when you don't have Brian Daboll to minimize those turnovers, you can really see how Josh Allen was his first 2 years.
Now it's time for breaking the gridiron. Now
breaking the gridiron. Anyways,
back to the Rangers. Back to the Rangers. I just think this year is scaring me. This because 21-22, that was cute. You got your deep run to the playoffs. All the young guys, ooh, we're going places. And then the next year you get embarrassed in the playoffs, and it's kind of feel like we're writing this whole. We don't know what this team is again, because we've seen 2 years. We've seen both years that all these guys that they've made the playoffs. Artemi Panarin, their $11 million player, the highest paid player on the roster by far, has been a ghost in the last 2 playoffs. He has been an absolute. He's a non-factor.
He's top 5 paid player in the league, right? I think.
Yeah. And for $11 million, that is not going to cut it. And hopefully shaving
the head
his head, hopefully that does it. Because if it doesn't, and if the Rangers make the playoffs and he's another bad playoffs, he's not going to be liked by a lot of people.
So I want a question for you two guys here. I want you guys to guess how much the highest paid player in the league makes per year.
I'm really surprised that you said like $11 million was a lot, because and honestly, even in football now, I'm starting to think like that's really not that much.
Guess
money,
how
man.
much the highest paid player in the league makes per season.
Per season. I'm gonna go $22 million.
I'm gonna go 40 million. Maybe that's too high.
40?
Yeah.
The highest paid player in the league makes $13.4 million. Austin Matthews.
That is.
Wow, that's it. Is
40,
hockey really,
13?
like, the most cheap?
13.4 per season.
The hockey cap space is 82 million. Around then. It's like around
that's
that.
crazy.
There's talks that it's gonna like significantly go up.
It
soon.
should.
It'll go up
Yeah.
every year. It will.
It will go up every year. It's gonna go up. The last couple years, it hasn't really. That's why I've seen a lot of teams sign like.
Is it guaranteed money, these contracts too, or no?
Yes,
Let's check it out.
I think so.
Because just for that, and then if it wasn't all guaranteed, I'd be like, wow. I'm surprised Saudi Arabia hasn't started a new hockey league or something like that.
NHL contracts are guaranteed. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but the top players in the world are just not getting paid.
I think 3 guys make over 12 mil.
Yeah,
That's
Matthews, McDavid,
And McKinnon.
McKinnon. Yeah,
He makes 0.1 more than McDavid.
does he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
12.6.
yeah.
And McDavid makes 12.5. Now McDavid will get a new contract in a few years. He'll probably make like 15, 16.
It's $15 million contract. $15 million contract with the Rangers.
Oh God.
I
calling it.
I am, because there would be times the Rangers where
Connor
I'm like,
McDavid,
where I'm
for
like-
those who don't know, is kind of like.
his nickname fits him well. His nickname.
But how do you put? All right, in NFL comparisons, he's like.
The Patrick Mahomes.
Is he like even better than that? I guess.
yeah,
It's probably like if Mahomes was in the CFL.
yeah. It's like Mahomes in the CFL. It's
No,
like
maybe
if you
not that bad.
if you put
I'd say he's kind
if
of
you
like
put Shohei Ohtani in the Atlantic League.
Exactly. He's like Shohei. Yeah, McDavid is Shohei Ohtani. That's the perfect way to put it.
If you put Shohei Ohtani in like AA, that's how it is. Connor McDavid plays. He plays the game of hockey in a way that I've never seen anyone play, and I think I know what he does. I really wonder if he ever has. He almost plays like he's playing basketball. The way that he moves, he cuts around guys. He does a lot of basketball moves, but he's playing hockey, and I really wonder if he's ever played basketball in his life. There's a good chance that he hasn't.
But if he did,
but the way, if you watch, me, I'm watching hockey games and I'm like, ooh, how is he skating out there? Not people just don't watch that. I usually do, but you could see.
yeah, I see.
He's in such a way where he gets around guys. It's like he plays the game so much.
However,
differently
if
than
it's
any
him on a
player.
2-on-1 break with us on the back line in breaking the street, he's not getting around us.
And if he gets past us, we
literally have Nard Sturkin back
exactly,
there. And it's,
exactly.
it's not. But other than us,
the future.
everyone's getting around him.
Yeah, especially with the future wiffle ball.
Oh,
champions.
breaking the field.
Field.
Is that what that one's gonna
Yeah,
be?
I think so.
It's gonna be breaking the field, breaking the diamond. Boom.
Breaking the diamond.
Breaking the diamond. That might be no. Breaking the softball team is gonna be breaking the chase. That's a promise. But breaking the diamond might be a thing. So now let's move it back to the NHL, and we're gonna head out to Pike for this one because we got a story from Arizona. So they extended their GM Bill Armstrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the right move? Because is he one of those GMs?
No.
Like, he's not. This is a
No.
guy who made 2 big reaches in the draft in that first round. The first 12
Yeah.
picks, he drafts dudes that are second-round prospects. Top 12 picks.
I guess you really want to have with that team.
And they just placed Liam Kirk on waivers. So, like,
I-
there's a lot going on.
I guess with that team, you want the front office. You want some semblance of something of togetherness, because that team has been under so much. They don't know where they're going to be playing, like in 2 seasons. They might not even be playing in Arizona. They might be moving somewhere.
Okay, so
They-
that
they've
is
had-
going to happen, right?
I don't know about that. I think they're still trying to find a place to build a stadium.
And
in
if they
Arizona.
were to leave, I've asked this every episode because I've had a new group every week. Where are they going, guys? I feel like Salt Lake City, Houston,
I think Houston.
Milwaukee, good spots.
I think Houston.
Wherever they go, they have to stay west. Because if they go to the east, it's going to ruin all the conference alignments.
Yeah, unless they move another team.
And
Listen,
Chicago's already in the west in the NHL, which is wild.
I'm saying my pick, if they were to move to Milwaukee, put the Red Wings back in the West.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They fit there. I remember, especially with the Red Wings and the Blackhawks, they're not that good now, but they're getting better. Like, that was always just prime-time television. And you could maybe reignite Red Wings Avalanche.
It's a thought.
I
It's a
just think the Red Wings are just a much better fit out west.
Okay.
It just fits better. It's just that's where they won everything. I didn't really like when they moved to the East. So they're just not that team.
Mhm.
I just don't like them playing in the East.
Now a team that has a guy that just retired. Rangers legend Michael Del Zotto
Oh yeah,
retired
I need to
at the age of 33.
get my Michael Del Zotto 85th anniversary Rangers T-shirt. I need to find that.
You have that?
I had one.
Oh, well,
I had
great.
one.
He signed with the Panthers for I don't know. He didn't make the opening. He didn't make the roster, but he signed with them last season. He retired, age of 23, 20th overall by the Rangers in 2008. Spent last season in AHL with the Checkers. So that's why he was with the Cats last season with the AHL Checkers, and he's gone now.
Yeah,
So congratulations to that dude. What a great, solid career.
solid career. I always liked him.
So now more Metro news out of Philadelphia. Morgan Frost, 2-year bridge deal, $4.2 million. Restricted free agent, nice little extension there for Philly. But the big contract that got signed from Ottawa. Jake Sanderson, 8 years, $64.4 million.
Yep.
That's the contract. Starting in 2024, my mistake, is when the contract starts. Ottawa. Also, the team that was, dealing with DeBrincat, and DeBrincat said, so DeBrincat was unhappy apparently with his second-line role in Ottawa. He wanted to be a first-liner. So DeBrincat made it impossible for the Sens to sign him to a new contract, and more difficult to trade him. He literally wanted to go only to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't like his role as a second-line winger behind Brady Tkachuk. And
Which, I'm sorry, Brady Tkachuk is the best player on that team. Switch positions then. I'm sorry. Brady Tkachuk is one of the best players in hockey. So you're not, DeBrincat's been good, but he's not a superstar player.
he's not the 1C.
66 points last year. That's second line right there. That's Blake Wheeler.
That's Blake Wheeler. But Ottawa, Jake Sanderson, new contract. But the DeBrincat thing, if he didn't want to be in Ottawa, no one was going to convince him to stay. And Stutzel spoke about it on the 32 Thoughts podcast, saying, if he doesn't want to be there, I don't want to make him have to be there. If you don't want to be there, then good luck on your way. And there he goes to Detroit. But I feel like, Jake Sanderson now gets signed, defenseman, locking up their D-man. Is this Ottawa team making a move? Are they doing something this season? Or in a few years?
I think it's going to be very interesting heading into this season in I think the most intriguing division is the Atlantic Division. Because are the Bruins going to be the Bruins are not going to be what they were last year. That's just simple. They lost Patrice Bergeron to.
They lost Tyler Bertuzzi to the Maple Leafs.
They lost a lot of guys. And their only really big addition was Milan Lucic, which that was just an old time sake one. You're gonna have Toronto that's good. You're gonna have Tampa that's good. Florida's gonna be good, and you got Buffalo and Ottawa, which could be good. I'm not saying the Bruins are going to be completely out of it, but I think you have 6 teams there, and only a maximum of 5 could get in. But, you're also facing... I think the Eastern Conference this year is going to be the much better conference, as it usually always is. It usually always is.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have... you're going to have at least 5 or 6 teams from each division really being in it, because you have Carolina, the Devils, the Rangers, and the Penguins. All 4 of those teams, I think, could win the division. And then after that, you have the Islanders, who are going to be there, the Capitals, who are going to be there, Flyers and Blue Jackets. This is a get the first overall pick here. But you basically only have 4 teams. Detroit could be there. They could be around there. So I think only in my opinion, the Canadiens, Flyers, and Blue Jackets are going to just be out of
fresh
it.
Cans.
And then the rest, you have
something.
Because I think there is a big gap in, because I think it's going to be similar. I think it's going to be the Hurricanes, Devils, and Rangers that get the 1, 2, 3 in the division, and then you have after that, you have a dog pile after that, and same with the Atlantic. So I think Buffalo and Ottawa, they're both going to be going for it and going to be very good, but it's just a matter of who's gonna make it, who's gonna get the points when they really need to, who's gonna beat the bad teams. That's what it's gonna come down to. Who's gonna beat the bad teams, and you get that extra point. Because if you lose those games, that might be the difference. We saw last year. If Buffalo wins another game,
they make playoffs, right?
They make the playoffs, and that Panthers team's out. They don't even sniff the Cup final.
And that's phenomenal. Look at it that way.
And I wonder if Buffalo made it.
What would have happened?
Does
Boston stay
Boston
in the
make
playoffs?
a run?
Oh God,
that's still one of the greatest things that I think has ever happened in the sport of hockey.
Yeah,
the Bruins losing that series, because everyone saw it coming.
No, dude, I was in a restaurant during Game 7, actually. I didn't want to go, but my friends were going to eat, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm watching it on my phone. Mm-hmm. When it went down 3-1, I'm like, listen, man, so what?
Yeah.
Kachuk hit a game winner. Game 6, they were down like 4-3. Mm-hmm. And then most random dude started scoring. Zach Dalpe scored a goal. Who doesn't even play fourth line. He was in that game because of an injury.
Yeah.
And then Etu Loisterinen, the GOAT, scored a goal. And then empty netter from Sam Reinhart. Game 7, though. Nah. So they're losing with a minute left in the final period. And the GOAT, Brandon Montour. This is like an actual GOAT. This is a dude who scored like 80 points from the blue line last season. 73, something like that. Scored. And then in overtime, who scored the overtime goal? I can't even remember.
No, it was it was one of the defensemen, I think.
Is it a defenseman?
Was it Montour?
Again, no way. I refuse to believe that one.
All
right, we're taking our talents to the keyboard here. Let's see what I can.
I thought you would remember this. It's like the greatest moment in Panthers franchise history.
Yeah, that whole playoff run was goated. No, the 4 overtime game against the Canes.
Oh, was it? I think was it Verhaeghe?
Yes, it was Carter Verhaeghe. Yes, it was.
Yeah, good times.
Good times, man.
April 30th, when the Rangers were still in it.
That was a great series, and then next series they slapped the Leafs. And,
that was tremendous.
Slapped the Leafs, and then they didn't even So they swept the Hurricanes, but they did not slap the Hurricanes. Each game was legitimately
Yes.
a dogfight to the
Yes.
end.
Yes.
Panthers just happened to win all of the
Every
dogfights.
single game.
It was a 4 overtime Kachuk OT winner. Then you had another Kachuk OT winner. Then a Kachuk regulation winner. It was a great series. But then the Stanley Cup Finals, and they got rolled by Vegas.
Yeah.
Rolled. Walked like a dog. But it's fine.
That was, yeah.
So, moving on here. Speaking of Buffalo, as you were mentioning before, Rasmus Dahlin, there's talks of an extension coming on the way. Elliot Friedman said on the 32 Thoughts podcast, he doesn't know the exact numbers, but people tell him it's coming. And Andrew Peters reported the deal was in the ballpark of around 8 years and about $85 million.
Wow.
No, 80, yeah, $85 million, something like that.
Wow.
I'm 84 million.
84?
10.5 AAV, something like that.
10.5, that's pretty good. I mean, that's what Dahlin, that's what he deserves. He's been, for a long time, everyone thought this guy might be a bust, but last year he had a really, really phenomenal season.
Last year he did it. He was an All-Star 2 years ago, not because he deserved it, because the NHL has a rule where every team requires an All-Star, which is trash. But whatever, it's fine. So
Yeah.
players get snubbed when they shouldn't, because the
why we have
All-Star
to-
rosters are also small as it is in the NHL.
Yeah.
So this dude is still a very good player. 10.5 mil for him. Solid contract. And that'll be a big piece of their team for years to come. So moving over to another Atlantic team, Tampa Bay. Rangers legend Tyler Mott, 1-year contract with them, $800K.
I can't wait till he trade for him again.
Didn't this happen last year?
Yeah, he signed with Ottawa and then they traded for him again.
Or was it Carolina?
He signed with Ottawa.
And then they traded for him
They
mid-season?
traded for him mid-season, and they're probably going to do that again this season. They just do it every year. Tyler Mott.
Well, man, it's listen,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know.
Rangers legend. But
Rangers legend.
another retiree here. Oh, Andrew Ladd. Blackhawks. Not Blackhawks. My mistake.
Winnipeg.
He won with the Canes, a Stanley Cup, I believe, and in 2010 with the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
He retired, and another one, Nicholas Hjalmarsson, 3-time Stanley Cup champ with the Chicago Blackhawks, also retiring. So this is an actual Blackhawks legend.
This is a lot of guys. This is depressing. So this is a lot of guys who, when I first started playing, like NHL, like the video games.
I played 16. Was my
like
first
video
one.
games.
Yeah.
Like these were all the guys that would be like, you got
Gotta
Andrew Ladd. Nick Hjalmarsson is the guy that you always trade for in like the first year of your franchise because he's like low trade value. So
Perfect.
you always do it.
The Canucks have named a captain. It is number 86's brother. We're bringing that back for this year in a row.
Yeah, I forgot about
We're
that.
bringing number 86 back.
Number 86,
Quinn Hughes, the captain of the Vancouver Canucks. Will he be a Devil in 2 years?
probably.
That'd be so funny, right?
Probably.
Oh, my goodness. And the Jets have a captain, Adam Lowry,
Adam Lowry.
the captain of the Winnipeg Jets. Aren't there Josh Morrissey and Mark Scheifele will be alternates, but that seems like, captaincy is not how good players are, of course.
Yeah, it's
That's why
usually,
True was the captain of the Rangers.
yeah. It's usually,
The leader of the team.
leader of the team, locker room, the guy that's going to talk after every tough game. That's what a captain is. I mean, some teams' captains are just the best player on the team because
Yeah.
they have to be. Like Connor McDavid, yeah, he's the captain. There's no other player that deserves it.
So we're gonna play a little Tanner game here. Can you name all the captains in the league?
No, but I'll
Let's
try.
see. Okay, give me the Rangers captain.
Jacob Trouba.
It is, of course, Jacob Trouba. And
Okay, I'll try to name as many as I can.
so I'm gonna go team. Some don't have one. Ducks don't have one.
Ducks don't have
Coyotes don't have one.
Yeah.
Bruins don't even have one.
one. Yeah.
And
Okay.
neither do Calgary and Chicago right now. Can you name? Give me the Devils captain.
Nico Hischier.
Yes, sir. The Islanders captain.
Oh. Is Matt Barzal?
It is not.
He's not.
He's probably an alternate.
Oh, who is?
Let's see if Matt Barzal is an alternate captain.
who is their captain?
Barzal's not even an alternate captain.
Yeah. Oh.
Islanders captain is a dude who just got a contract. I think. Yes, it is.
Oh, it's not Anders
It's
Lee.
Anders Lee, the
Oh, yeah,
captain
that's
of the New
right.
York Islanders.
That's right.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Sidney Crosby.
It's probably too easy to do that one. The LA Kings.
Is it Kopitar?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
getting the easy ones out the way.
Okay.
The Oilers.
Oilers McDavid.
Oilers are McDavid. Can you get the Blue Jackets?
Oh, it's Boone Jenner.
It's Boone
we
Jenner.
We just talked about him.
The Capitals.
Capitals is Ovi.
It's Ovi. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. The Vancouver Canucks.
Quinn Hughes.
It's just gave that one to you. There you know. So the Senators.
Brady Tkachuk.
Yes, it is, dude. You're doing a way better job. You sold yourself a little low here. Let's see. Let's get the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, is it Eric Stahl?
It's Jordan Stahl.
I keep
Eric Stahl was on the Cats last year.
Yes,
With Mark.
I keep mixing them up.
Yeah, Jordan Stahl was the
I
one.
did it today, filling out my Puck Doko for the day.
Puck Doku.
The greatest game out. No,
Can you name the Flyers? They don't even have one.
the Flyers
They
don't have.
don't
one.
even have
No.
I'd give you Columbus. Sorry. Did we do all the? I think we did every single Metro team. Not gonna lie. So, let's spread out some more. The Colorado Avalanche.
Landeskog.
It is Landeskog. The Dallas Stars.
No, it's Jamie Benn.
It
right?
is Jamie
Okay.
Benn.
I always think that Sagan's the captain.
Detroit.
Detroit, Dylan Larkin.
It is Dylan. Dude, you're doing.
Yeah. Dylan
Cats.
Larkin. Oh, the Panther. Is it Kachuk?
Not Matthew.
No.
Tkachuk. He's an alternate.
No. Oh, Ekblad?
Alternate. Also.
Oh, Barkov, right?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
This one. Sabres.
Sabres? Oh. Is it
What is
Kyle Okposo?
It is Kyle Okposo.
Yeah. Oh, why?
Wow. Didn't expect that one. Okay, the Predators.
Predators, Roman Yossi?
It's Roman Yossi,
Okay.
yeah. You probably missed like two, I think. So
Yeah.
That's it. Canadians.
Nick Suzuki?
It is Nick Suzuki.
Okay. Because there's a lot of these teams of so many guys, it's like, I think that guy's the captain. Is he?
The Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild. Oh, it's Jared Spurgeon.
Dude, you're doing too good
Yes,
at this right
Jared
here.
Spurgeon.
Sharks.
Oh, Logan Couture?
Yep.
Okay.
Lightning.
Stamkos.
Yep. And three more. The Leafs.
Tavares.
And the Capital. Oh, you did it. Vegas.
Vegas, Mark Stone.
And the Jets.
It's Adam Lowry.
You said you couldn't do that. You definitely named 30 of. You definitely
Okay.
got, like all of them, but two right
Okay.
there. That was you.
yeah.
You didn't know that you had that in you, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't know I had that.
This is why you don't underestimate yourselves, guys.
Yeah.
For my ADJs,
'Cause-
don't underestimate yourselves.
Because in what world is Jared Spurgeon a captain? I'm
In
sorry.
your world,
I know, but like, what?
he's a captain.
I mean, he's a good player, but like, that's what messes me up. Because like, none of those, some of them is. Some of them, like a lot of those guys are not the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Like,
Give me the Rangers 4 alternate captains.
Zibanejad,
Yep.
Kreider,
Yep.
Barclay Goodrow,
Yes.
and Panarin.
Yes.
Okay. I kept forgetting if Panarin was, because they do the thing where it's like captain at home and captain on the road.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Who's which one?
Do
Do they wear the C on the jersey, home and away? Like they switch it up? They switch it?
No. Well, Trouba's just the captain.
Okay.
Like Goodrow and like Kreider are on the road, and like Panarin and Zibanejad are at home. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Those are the alternates on the road and home. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like they
So, like,
alternate. They
wear-
alternate in
so
games.
they have the A's at home, where the other two will wear the A
yeah,
on the road.
it's so weird.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's so weird, and I've never really gotten it.
Yeah, they're the
'Cause-
only team. They're like one of the few
Because
teams
they
that
were
have.
for the longest time. Well, I don't think they haven't named who the captains are going to be yet, and I wouldn't be, because if I'm looking at like the captain's history, they had 6 alternate captains, 6 in 2021-22. Kreider, Panarin, Strome, Trouba, Zibanejad, and Barclay Goodrow.
We're getting Matt Vitale in a few minutes, guys. Rangers
Are we?
fan on
Are
the
we?
way up
Okay.
the steps right
Up the steps
now.
right
19 minutes to go in the show. Let's see if I got any more major news. There's one more story. There's two more things we can break. Tomas Tatar.
Yes.
1 year, $1.5
Yes.
billion contract with the Colorado Avalanche.
Today's been a good day for hockey news.
Solid.
Solid day.
Tomas Tatar breaking the hearts of Devils fans all around. They wish
Yeah.
he would have stayed. 1.5 mil to a team that Daniel says New Jersey Transit is feeble. I don't
Yes.
know what that is. I don't know if he heard us talking about it earlier,
Probably.
or if. Let me ask him for a backstory. Can I have context? I'm
because
gonna
we
ask.
talked about the feebleness of.
But he can't. He wouldn't have heard that now, though. He would have heard that a
No.
long time ago.
yeah.
So let's see what he's got to say about New Jersey Transit. Vitali's on the way up now, unless Daniel took a train to go somewhere, which might have been the case. I'll see his answer. But another story. So Matvey Michkov, right? And before I get into that, though, we got Matt Vitali, breaking the ice legend and breaking the street defenseman. So this is like three of the four defensemen
Yeah.
on our team.
We got the
Legitimately.
we got like almost the entire defensive.
We
core
need
here.
Jackson here.
Yep.
Matt,
He's
hop on
been-
mic too with Enrique there. And tell us, how was class right before, pulling up to here?
Class is still not over.
Oh, he just came up now.
I figured bro was not letting us out before 5, so I figured I'm gonna hit a quick bathroom break for 5 minutes.
Oh, as an elite. So you got you don't got much time here.
Yeah,
You got anything to talk about or no? You just here?
it's only one thing on my mind. Aaron Rodgers, sad. I mean,
We hit it earlier, yeah.
unimaginable, unthinkable pain.
Yeah.
I was there last night actually.
Oh.
What was
I
it like
was.
in that stadium?
Dude, when he was down, he got back up, and then he looked over to the sideline, and then just went nope, and went back down. And at that point, you could hear a pin drop in the stadium, and it was so I've never heard it that loud. We were doing the intros, and he was running out with the American flag. It was sick, and then all just like that.
Dude, the prop bet. What was it? FanDuel or
Oh yeah, it was like bet
0.5
$5
passing yards.
0.5 passing yards.
If he hits one passing yard, you make money.
And
It was
he
double
didn't
your
get
money.
it.
And everyone washes on it.
Yep.
That's gotta be the worst promo.
I wonder if anyone took the under.
That'd be elite.
That
But,
would be
but you
weird.
wouldn't make money off of it because it was boosted, so you'd make no money even if you took the under.
That's
You'd still
true.
make no money, which is absolutely blasphemous. If you bet 0 passing yards on a quarterback before a game, and you don't imagine not making money off of that, bro. That's wild. That's wild if you didn't make money off of that.
The house always wins.
The house
Yeah.
always wins, I guess.
But yeah, well, it's Zach Wilson season. A lot of Jets fans are saying season's over. It's not over. We still
8-9, baby.
It's still we basically went that last year and we crumbled. We were 6-3 at the bye week last year, and crumbled. But this year we're not going to crumble. I still
Are
have
the
hope.
Rangers gonna crumble or no?
No.
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 Like I think the Rangers are bad luck. They were at the because they were at the Giants game. I think they cursed they were at the Giants game last night, and Carl Hagelin and Henrik Lundqvist were at the Jet game last night.
Oh.
So in the rain.
Wow.
So I can't that Stadium Series game.
Yeah. So.
Oh boy.
Oh, somebody.
boy.
Take the under.
Yeah, take the under.
Everybody.
Take Islanders by
Islanders by a million.
Islanders by 7.
Yeah, we might got to ban all Rangers from MetLife.
Yeah.
Ban all the Rangers
Move the
from-
stadium
Move
series.
the Stadium Series.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll
Philly
help,
or something. I don't know.
I'll help them set it up at Citi Field.
Guys, I ran into Matt at Iron Bar on Saturday. Just happened to be there. He had an elite time. So did I. Were your ears ringing after that day?
A little bit.
My ears rang for a day, like all of Sunday.
I do have to say, sorry, to go back to Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even a Jets fan, but I don't. You're a Mets fan, right?
Yeah.
It's like Edwin Diaz all over again. It's like the
Worse.
same.
Even worse. It's
Yeah. This is worse.
He just bought a whole mansion too.
No.
Yeah.
Like, and
It was the
he's there
biggest story.
alone.
It was the biggest story of the offseason, and just like that.
It's good.
Not even
It's Zach
so
Wilson
sad.
season.
Yeah, not even just the whole offseason, all of sports.
All
you
of
know,
sports.
so
It was
this was
the-
going on.
Yeah.
And it's never been like such a hyped up player.
Yeah.
With so high expectations
Yeah.
to raise in this fan base that's
Yeah.
been deserving of a quarterback. We've had no quarterback since Joe Namath, basically.
Yeah, Chad
Yeah,
Pennington though, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
Chad-
You had Gino.
You did have Gino.
And you have Gino.
You had
and
Mike
Fitzmagic. You had
Yeah.
Fitzmagic.
you had the
like, 10
Gino and the
season.
guy that called his game on Sunday, Mark Sanchez.
Boom. That's an AFC
Wow.
championship game
That's
quarterback.
elite quarterbacks. Elite. Yeah, that's why
That is a
there
man
has
who
not been a
went
Super Bowl
to
since
two AFC
1967.
title games.
You did. You did do that. That was more the defense, though. So hopefully, we could reinvigorate that in 2023.
But I really do think that game last night, because Aaron Rodgers basically didn't play and they won. Like,
Yes,
a lot of
he
people are
didn't-
going to be
Yeah,
like,
he basically didn't play.
he didn't
One
play.
pass.
He
like,
did
didn't
nothing. He did nothing in the game, and they still won.
Yeah, the
That
Bills.
defense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That Jet defense is going to hold any team to under 20.
That's what I'm saying.
They really
I
are.
think
we got to
last
score
year,
20 points a game.
I think
And
last year, if they didn't go through like that quarterback carousel, they probably could have made the playoffs. And I really, it's like sad. It's like, because I wanted to see them be good.
I did. Me and Khalil on As in the Midday a couple weeks ago. He is a Bulls and Cowboys fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an all Miami fan. So since none of us have any New York
Wait, is
ties,
he a Cowboys fan now because Trey Lance went there?
no, he was. Okay,
Okay.
so Khalil's NFL fandom is actually the greatest story ever. He didn't have an NFL team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ant and Matt said, "We're choosing your team live on air." So they did this. They had all 32 teams in a hat, right? He pulled out a team, and every team that came out was eliminated. The last team standing in the bag was what team was going to root for. It was the Cowboys. Very last
Wow.
one. We
Huh.
kept pulling out a team throughout the whole episode, one by one by one. And at the very end, the Cowboys were left.
That's honestly a great way to pick a team.
It was
Yeah.
a great way to pick a team, yeah. As
It
a
was-
Dolphins fan, I'm like, let's go.
No,
It's in there
I was
somewhere.
in a class with him, and
Yeah.
he shows up like day one in the Trey Lance jersey.
The Cowboys Trey Lance jersey?
No.
Oh, okay, the Niners
No,
jersey.
the Niners one. This was
He
last
liked
year.
a lot of players. He
Yeah.
was a big fan of
And
players,
me.
but he never had a team.
And you know me, who hates the 49ers.
I did not know that,
I'm
actually.
a Rams fan. You knew that.
I knew that, yes.
I
yes.
despise the 49ers with every living bone in my body.
it's a big win, Rams.
Because the
Yeah.
Niners are their kryptonite. And they
Puka-
always win against them.
Except in the games that
Except
counts.
in the 2021 NFC title.
Exactly. I gotta say, you'll remember the name of Puka Nakua,
Yeah.
the greatest,
Dude, literally
the greatest
Puka Nacua.
receiver in football history, right there.
So with Khalil and I on the show, we are doing since we have no New York ties. We did top 10 or I think it was top 8. We threw the Devils in there too. We took the 2 NFL teams, the 2 NBA teams, 2 major league. We did top 9 New York sports teams in our order of how much we hate them the most, right? And so my 9 through 5, I didn't care. It's only like 1 through 4, like I really feel some type of way about them. Rangers, no beef. I don't care. Devils even, no beef. It just like because they're all here, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We got it.
You gotta.
For you guys that don't know, the Devils are the best.
Could I do when you're done? Can I do a list like that? Honestly, like with those 9 teams, because I always want to kind of do that. a
Okay.
little bit.
Well, with what are your favorite teams?
So what am I listing? 1 to 9, favorites to least favorite.
9 is your favorites, and 1 is your hated. So I had the Jets at number 1.
Okay.
I had the Mets at number 2. I had the Knicks at number 3 because those are that's my top 3 for sure. And then I had the Islanders 4. And I remember 9 was the very bottom was like the Yankees. I think the Yankees and the Giants was the very bottom, then the Yankees because I had zero hate for those 2 teams. And then the Rangers, Devils, and Nets filled in the middle there type thing.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to think.
So if y'all even want to go into this, we got 10 minutes. Order the 9 New York sports teams. 9 being you love
it's just New York.
yeah, it was just
Oh,
New York.
okay, okay.
Yeah. 9 being they're your favorite, 1 being they're your least favorite.
Okay.
And since I know no New York, this is going to be a great list because even though y'all are New York sports fans, there's going to be a clear side to the spectrum.
One is
One is
most
your most hated.
most hated.
9 is your most least hated. And since y'all are New York fans, I'm assuming those are your favorite teams going to be down there. So if anyone wants to start this off,
Okay.
so throw the Devils in there too. So the 9 teams you're going to throw on this
yeah.
list. You got the Jets and the Giants, the Knicks and the Nets, the Isles, the Rangers, and the Devils. And then the Yankees and the Mets.
So, I'm not that big of a basketball fan.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I'm just gonna put like in the middle.
The Knicks and the Nets are in the middle?
Yeah, let me think about it.
You got to find where in the middle. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
5 and 6, the Knicks and Nets. Got it. Okay.
No. Actually, so I'd say 1 most hated. Probably the Devils.
The Devils,
Probably.
number 1.
Probably. Actually, no. I'd probably say Yankees 1, just cause. Wow. I don't hate them. Like, I hate them as the most team in the New York sense. Overall sense,
I understand. Yeah.
Like, I hate the Braves more. I despise the Braves, and I hate the Phillies more. There's a lot of MLB
This
teams.
is just the New York sense.
Yes. So I'd say
Yankees 1.
1 Yankees, but 1 Yankees, 2 Devils, 3 Islanders, 4. I'll put the Knicks, I guess.
And then
I don't really. I like keeping track of basketball. I just like seeing every team fail.
I see.
I just like seeing every team fail.
4
so I love
Knicks, 5 Nets.
4 Knicks, 5 Nets. Then
The Jets and the Giants. You have the Jets, the Giants, the Rangers, and the Mets.
yeah. So I'd probably put the Giants next.
6, got it.
Then the Jets.
All right.
Then Rangers and the Mets.
So the Mets are your number
Because
1
the Jets are like my number 2
NFL team.
NFL team because the Jets and Giants both are because
Yeah.
both of my grandpas one was a like diehard Jets fan, like jet hat like on vacation everywhere, and one was like a diehard Giants fan.
Got it.
So it's kind of like that.
I see.
So that's why I don't really hate either team, but yeah.
Matt, can you order this list?
Man, I don't know if I'm trying to start beef here. I do have to go though.
Oh,
like,
right, you have to go
now.
to class.
But I will. I do got to leave with this. Jets fans listening, season's not over.
All right.
Stay hopeful.
Stay hopeful. Head to class, my man. Have a good one. All right, Mike, can you do this list for the
So,
crowd listening?
honestly, if I had to go 1, I'm gonna go with the Nets. They just
Number 1, the Brooklyn Nets.
they really rubbed me the wrong way with the whole
Yeah.
KD, Kyrie, Harden, and
Yeah.
not now like just what they are now. It's gonna go. It's not gonna be as bad as it was before they got all of them, but it's
Yeah.
not gonna be good. I mean, this is gonna team that I think is gonna fight for like an 8th seed in the Eastern Conference playoff, being the play-in. But that rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't really like that, so I'm gonna go Brooklyn 1. If I'm gonna go 2, see, I don't really know that much about hockey, but I'll go Islanders just because like I really don't care about the Islanders whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I'll go Islanders 2. If I had to go 3, I'll go. 3, I'll go Mets. I actually follow the Mets sometimes, but I'll go Mets 3. 4, I'll go Devils. Could care less for the Devils. 5, I'm gonna go Jets. Then 6, I'll go Rangers. And then 7, I love the Knicks, so I'll go 7 Knicks. And then, I always just like trying to pick between like 2 children, like who's your favorite for me between the Yankees and the Giants. But if I had to I'll probably go Giants 8 and I'll go Yankees 9.
Hey.
So that's how I'll do it.
So
Yeah, I think the Mets are just they will always be
it's like the Dolphins for me. Yeah, I see
they
what
will
you're saying.
always be like I'm for
Mets
the rest
World
of
Series is what you want most of.
that. If I could have a championship the most, it would be that.
Yep. that is it all.
My room at home is painted. The walls are painted orange and blue, and I got a David Wright fat head from like 16 years ago up there. It's perfect.
So now I want to. So by the way, Daniel responded when he said NJ Transit was feeble. He says they diverted all New York Penn Station trains to Hoboken, so we had to path to 33rd and then walk to Penn Station. Anyways, boys, Tanner, now I want
Okay.
back to the NHL. Give me your top 5 hated teams in the NHL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then top 5 hated fan bases in the NHL.
Oh, wow.
These tend to coincide, I know.
Okay.
Because sometimes a fan base can make you hate a team.
Okay.
So let's see.
Number 1 most hated?
Team or
Team.
fan base? Okay.
Team and fan base. The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Number 1.
Number 1.
The Pittsburgh Penguins. AJ, do you hear this? It's because of you. AJ's
No.
It's not because of AJ.
No.
It's not 'cause
No. I don't know. Their fans were so obnoxious after they took that 3-1 series lead. With all the Igor chants.
Yeah.
It was like, haha, we went. It was the greatest feeling ever. I didn't really hate them that much until that series.
Ooh.
Because they started that and it was like, haha, Igor, and then he played some of the best hockey he's ever played. So they're number 1. Number two, I guess I'm gonna have to go with the Devils. Probably in fan base too. I would probably say so. The Penguins 1, Devils 2. I don't know. There's been a sentiment this year, and that I have to like. The Devils are just talking a lot of smack for a team that got destroyed by Carolina, and Carolina has kept a similar team. They got destroyed by that team. People forget that.
Yeah.
They've lost in 5 games. They got annihilated. Number 3, I guess the Islanders.
Okay.
And it's with fans too.
Got it.
There's not that many hockey teams that I like despise and hate. Like probably the Penguins.
Just the
up
Penguins
there.
got you.
It's probably the Islanders 3. Flyers 4, I guess. They're just
My
not
friend Max said Flyers fans were the worst.
They're just not any good. They're not any good. I've never been to a Flyers Rangers game in Philly, which I want to.
Yeah.
Just see how that's going. But I've been to Mets Phillies games in Philly. And I have some stories for another time because we have like a minute left.
Yeah.
And then
Number 5.
I don't really know. I guess the Lightning?
Yes, bro.
I guess?
Yes.
But like
bro.
besides from the Penguins, Devils, and Islanders, after that there's no team where I'm like, I despise this team with everything.
I feel what you're saying, man.
It's more baseball, it's more football.
Yeah, those NBA rivalries are the weakest. And then MLB has great rivalries. I think the NHL has great rivalries too, but you have been listening to Breaking the Ice here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Thank you guys for joining me, Tanner, and the ADJs, Enrique and Mike. Mm-hmm. You guys want to catch us next week, Tuesdays 3 to 5 for the rest of the fall semester. So stay tuned, everyone. Have a good day.